Hello, my name is Dale, and I wanted to answer the question for you. Should you upgrade to the Note 10 or the Note 10 Plus? And my answer to that is it depends. If you have a Note 8, I would say yes, the Note 10 Plus is definitely an upgrade. And if you have a Note 9, the question would be what type of program you on with your carrier. I'm on the jump on demand, so I can literally trade out a phone once a month. So it's no big issue for someone in that particular situation. But if you have to, save up and you got to put so much down, so that will be something different. So also, I would say go into the Best Buy or one of the carriers and actually play with the phone. You will be really amazed by it. So I say the Note 9 is the most complete since the Note 4 that had everything. Same with the Note 9, it had everything. And this time with the Note 10, I think the only hang up is the headphone jack. But you will be amazed because I believe the Note 10 is the most innovative phone that they had. And here's why I want to tell you that. I want to tell you actually the four things that you lose from the Note 9 going to the 10. And this might help your decision. But actually, another thing, when you go in the store, the Ari Glow, it wasn't as appealing to me in person. And maybe because of the lighting, and maybe it looks better in the sun. So I was thinking maybe I might get the white one or the black one because I'm on T-Mobile. Those are the only three. But I don't know. I still might get the Glow just to have something different. But it wasn't as appealing to me. So here's what you lose. One, we know we lose the headphone jack. Two, we lose the heartbeat sensor. So here's my thought on that. I think in Samsung is saying, hey, most people who got a Note, they probably got the watch as well, or probably gonna get the active. And then remember, one of the series they gave away a free. I think on the 8 they gave away the free, um, not the watch, but the active. So they figure you could take your heartbeat rate with your watch. My only caveat is that sometimes when I want to do a heartbeat pulse with the watch on demand, it don't always do it. It comes back, hey, try again or whatever. But on the phone, it actually does it right away. The iris sensor goes away. So I don't know if you were you into the iris sensor. You can use the iris sensor with the face recognition, and they kind of you can work it together. And as far as the face recognition iris, I never had. It works instantly, quick, fast. Well, that goes away. And also, if you have the Note, if you get the regular Note 10, of course you lose the SD slot. And here's my thought on the regular Note 10. They made that for the Apple defectors. They gave you 256 gigs. There's no Apple phone except the Max. You can go up to 512. But most of their phones, the Max is 256. Well, and then you're gonna pay over $1,000 if you go up to those higher storage. Well, Samsung is giving you a Note, a smaller, the same size as one of the 10X or whatever, and it's less than $1,000. And plus, if you had a phone to trade in, so now we talking $600, and you got innovation on it, and you're getting a phone for under 1,000 with 256 gigs. That don't happen in the Apple world, so I think they was kind of throwing a little slight shade there. And also for people who wanted to try the Note, but it was just too big. So I think that was more of a tester, right? That see how many new people they can bring into the Note series. As big as the Note is to some of us who uses the Note, that's like a niche phone to them. The S10 is really their main phone. So what was it, 2 to 5 million people buy the Note area, so they trying to bring in some more people. And so that Note 10 actually felt like my S10 Plus. It was the same size pretty much. And also, I'm thinking if they added the headphone jack, they would have to make the phone a little wider because they gave you a bigger size battery for the Note Plus, which is the same size as my Note 9 and it's thinner. So that's another thing you'll see. Another thing I felt to mention that you will lose is the LED, that the notification on the front of your phone. That's a steady blue when you pick it up if you have a notification. So you will lose that, but however, they say you can use the edge lighting will replace the notification pop-ups. So it was hit and miss for me on the S10 Plus, but you know, maybe they made it better. We'll see. Now here's what I wanted to talk about for as relocation, things that happen that got relocated on the phone. Like in the back, you know, we use on the Note 9 you got the fingerprint sensor on the back. Of course on the 10 is on the screen. Also that front facing speaker is now under the screen. You actually hear the speaker is under the screen. It's coming from the screen, and then you got one at the bottom. So because of, you know, the infinity screen they call it, that speaker you don't see anymore. It's just literally coming from under the screen. And it doesn't sound bad either. From, you know, I was just playing videos on it, so it sounds pretty good. And of course, we know that the camera moved from the right side to the center. And also, like on your Note 9, the screen starts like a ½ inch down from the top. You can also do that on the Note 10. If you didn't want to see that little camera dot, you can start your screen right up under that camera dot, and it just kind of fades away. You just kind of have like that ½ inch black on top. So those were the things that I could think of that I was, when I was in Best Buy, that I see that got rearranged. So as of now, you know, we basically lost 4 or 5 things. Kind of how you know, look at it, whether you consider that notification a loss or not. So here's what you gain, and here's one of the reasons I say this one of the most innovative notes. All right, so one, you go from 6 gigs of RAM to 12 gigs of RAM, and you get a new chipset 845 to 855. So I'm thinking that thing should be smooth. Even with my Note 9, here and there when I open up something, there's a little hesitation because, you know, I don't know, that just Samsung's after about a year you start getting that. And I got that on don't happen much, but I do notice it every now and then when I'm trying to open something, when I get a notification from a website mainly. So you're going from 2 cameras on the back to 3 cameras and a 3D sensor. You're getting a built-in screen recorder, which I was shocked that Android nor Samsung has done that already. That was something I thought should have been done a long time ago, especially since Apple had it. Also, you get more video and photo features. Basically, they took Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook type stuff and put it in there, just integrated it into your camera. And that live focus, that's pretty nice. I think people will like that once they live focus video. They will like that once they start using that. Was pretty nice. Even the 3D, that was pretty nice. That was a pickup. So then you have the 5G options of even the regular Note and the Note Plus. So I know T-Mobile basically only in 4 cities right now, and you probably have to get another 5G next year anyway when they roll it out. So I read that somewhere. So I'm not sure. Uh, you got on-screen reaction during game recording, like you on a computer. You can do in-screen pop up with your face, and you can still be recording with your reactions. Also, you got the PlayStation link to the phone. No, I don't. I want to say, did they bring that with the update into the Note 9? But needless to say, you used to have to do another app to try to get that done. But if it's integrated, that makes it, when it get integrated, it's better to me. Also, the decks to your Windows and Mac, that's pretty tight. Where you can just basically plug it in. They went from you having to buy the extra decks thing to it got integrated into your Note 9 and stuff. And now you don't even have to have the HDMI. You can just plug it in and you're good to go. And you can just move stuff, as you can see, remembering from last week. So faster charging, slightly bigger battery. So I figure you would need a bigger battery if you got 12 gigs of RAM and you got all this other stuff. You got wireless sharing, and so that brings me to another. They basically saying, hey, since we didn't give you the headphone jack, we're gonna give you $150 to get the earbuds. The earbuds are nice. I got a free copy when I got the S10 Plus. So they gave those away earlier, but this time they let you use the 150 how you want, and it just so happened that's pretty much what the cost of the earbuds are. And so if you're out and about, you need a little charge, and they last. Uh, I don't have to charge them up. I go all day. I listen to them when I'm watching videos or whatever throughout the day. I use my Galaxy Buds. They go all day pretty much for me, and I just charge them up. I just throw them on a charger at night. About an hour, I look up. They back charging. So the S Pen, more features with that. You might probably only use that one or two times. Now I did use the S Pen remote on my 9, taking selfies. So that made it group selfies. That made it easier. Now this is one they bought back. I don't know if people forgot about this. The handwriting to text, that was a Note 4 feature, so they bought it back. So they had like that was something new, but that was actually something they already did. And you're going from 128 gigs to 256 gigabytes. Basically, the max SD card I put in my phone was 128 last year, and I still got a lot of space left. So technically, the 256 gonna be more than enough for most people, unless you just you like to download videos, make 4K videos or whatever, and you keep trading out. And what percentage of people is that? So those were the things that I saw. And my last point is, I believe the SD card are going to go away as well. They slowly kind of taking away from one phone, like the 5G phone, and don't have no SD card. But I think they just going to make it 512 and 1 terabyte, and I think they would do that. They're going to see how these sales go. And so basically, the way they did it was, if you just really needed a headphone jack, you can get that with the Note 9, or you can go to an S10 model. So Samsung is looking to boost those sales for the third and fourth quarter. I was reading that. You can find that article somewhere on Google. Their sales had dropped, but the S10 sales were up. But overall, their profits had dropped. So tell me if I missed anything else you can think of. And so I'll leave it at this. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you.